Hi friends, welcome back to our show, and this is part 2 about role of spirituality in leadership. And once again we welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
So you are a very inspiring leader, and a
Thank
lot
you.
of people, get inspired by you. And I still remember when I met you for the very first time in your office when you were working with Chandigarh Tourism, and when I saw your Gurudev's picture, Yoganand Paramahansaji, that really, gave me a very deep connection with you without saying a word. And so, sir, what do you think? Leaders are born, or we can, raise our vibration or raise our qualities to become a good leader? What do you
Very
think?
important question. I think this is something nobody has the right answer.
Ji.
But with my experience, I would say that leadership can be learned. We can improve. Everybody has leadership qualities. You look at a 4-year-old child, and she has a 2-year-old sister. That 2-year-old wants to be like the 4-year-old. The 4-year-old is the ideal for that 2-year-old. So that
Absolutely.
4-year-old is a leader. So as we grow, all of us have some leadership qualities. Some become true leaders, some become imperfect leaders. So I think the more receptive you are to the world, to people you meet, to learning, because we cannot say that, okay, you said I'm a true leader, but I also can learn a lot from others. For example, Barack Obama. I watch him, his calmness on stage, on screen. Then Sam Bahadur, Sam Manekshaw, what brilliant inspiration.
Right.
Then Paramahansa Yogananda, you mentioned.
Ji.
Gautam Buddha is here.
Right.
So we basically keep on improving, then we become true leaders.
Absolutely. Whenever I go to different corporates, sir, and I teach mindful leadership programs,
Yes.
that's the forte, I'm carrying within my heart. And that mindfulness concept has come from Gautam Buddha only,
Yes.
2,500 years ago, So people think that it's a new concept. So what do you think? How the upcoming leaders who are very young or middle segment of the leadership, how they can inculcate spirituality or mindfulness in their lifestyle?
It's a very good point. So mindfulness has always been important, like you said, but now it has become fashionable. We talk of such things, right? Spirituality, meditation, mindfulness. But I think it's important for something to be fashionable in this era because this era looks forward to fashion, looks forward to trends. So we need to put spirituality as a fashionable science. Otherwise, they won't go for
It's a
it.
good idea.
Yes. So that people they go within and calm down first of all. So I think leaders have to be calm. So when do we take our best decisions? We take our best decision when the mind is calm. And a leader has to be unruffled by what is happening. The team is in a tizzy, the situation is tense, there is a crisis, but the best decision will come if he goes to the washroom, locks himself and thinks for 2 minutes and comes out with the decision. Or he goes and meditates, and that is even better.
Right.
Calmness will come from spirituality. And meditation is not only giving us this minor benefit of becoming good leaders, it is also giving us the major benefit of oneness with the divine, which is the goal of all spiritual paths.
Right. So, any example would you like to share over here when you were handling so many departments, whether it was Chandigarh administration or Haryana government, any challenges when you were facing, how the meditation or the inner part of your peace or inner part of your harmony helps you in that adverse situation?
Very well said. So I think I was not a very angry kind of person, but when you are youthful,
Gee.
you have spikes of anger at times. So I'm also a Scorpio by birth. Scorpios have spikes of anger. It's supposed to. But then they calm down. So I used to calm down. But later I realized, see, I was SDM at the age of 25, 26. I was DC well past that, much later in my career. And when I was DC, I was much calmer.
Right.
I could see things in a very broader perspective. I knew that people in my team are not of the same type. I understood them better. When people came to meet me, even by 20, 30, 40 of them, then I could handle that with calmness. So I think I grew as a person because of my spiritual pursuits and meditation. In my own case, I have learned to become more balanced, calm, less upset by things. I am human. Even today, I can be ruffled by certain things. but not very easily. So it's very difficult to provoke me now because of the spirituality.
I
And
understand.
leadership is something which comes naturally to a person who is working on the inner castle. The inner victories matter more than the outer victories,
Right.
as you know very well.
Right. And sir, I would like to ask you, when you were handling the peer leadership, those, I'm sorry, I'm gonna,
No, no.
and I will be little blunt over here,
Sure.
those who are not practicing the meditation, and, those who were not those who are not maintaining the inner harmony or the inner essence of the peace, whatever you can say, how you were handling those leaders, or still you are meeting, or I am also meeting a lot of people, like you can see the spark of anger in them, or the restless in them, how you used to handle those things.
So, firstly, I must again say that I don't know about you, but I am not perfect. I myself could have those episodes.
Ji.
But yes, I could see people's episodes and people's type of personality more clearly. So, how did I handle them? I think a quiet, shy person, I would call him aside and encourage him.
Right.
I knew that this person should not be scolded. He may be slow, but he can become better. So I would encourage him. Supposing I had about 5 or 6 SDMs and other officers with me when I was DC, and 4 of them were girls, young girls, ladies in their 20s, 30s. So one of them was quite fiery, quite a go-getter, aggressive. So I had to tone her down to make a better administrator. I could understand that she is too restless, too super active, and too much full of herself, perhaps. Now, I should not say this, but as a senior, you have to find out that flaw and try to temper and iron it. Otherwise, who will do it?
Right. Right.
And luckily, she was receptive. So I could help her in becoming a more balanced officer. So that is the example which I can give. And I think, first of all, you have to watch your own mind. If you watch your own mind during meditation or after meditation, then you are able to understand others. Finding out flaws of others is very easy.
Yeah.
But you should not point them out. You should try and gradually improve them.
Right. In that, sir, like my Gurudev always says, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, कि अगर आपको किसी को criticize करना है, so start with the praise, you should praise that person कि आपने ये बहुत बढ़िया किया, आप हमेशा से अच्छा करते हैं, लेकिन क्या इसको थोड़ा सा और better कर सकते हैं, जो आपको उनकी चीज़ पसंद नहीं आई. So this is how I also practice the same thing, if I'm not liking something in anybody, I always start with the praise.
There's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Absolutely.
Where you say thoda sa improve karna, so that atomic habits are gradual, small changes.
Yeah.
You are getting up at 8 a.m. You want to get up at 5 a.m. You can't get up at 5 a.m. by tomorrow.
Absolutely.
8 a.m. के बाद अब 7:45, 7:30, 7:15, 7. Within 20 days, you'll be getting up at 5.
Yeah, and the same philosophy is the very famous book Kaizen. It's a improvement by
Absolutely.
step by step.
Absolutely.
And in the last, I would like to discuss, the pillars. When we talk about the pillars of spirituality in leadership or pillars of mindfulness in leadership, there are certain pillars like compassion, contribution, connectivity, composure. Which one, or letting go? Which one is your favorite?
Compassion, empathy. So if I'm full of myself and my ego, then I will not really become a leader or a good human being.
Right.
So I have to vanquish my ego, give others the space. Even another spiritual point is, in your worst moments of most difficulty, if you can still think of helping others at that time,
Right.
then your own pain will go away.
Very beautiful.
I am in pain, the other person is in pain, let me help him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mother Teresa once went distributing rice, and she went to a very poor family, and there was somebody collecting rice and distributing. Half a kg of rice she gave that lady, nothing much. That lady gave half of that half kg to the neighbor because she also needs it.
Right.
Then Mother Teresa got more rice. So this is the selflessness which helps us. I think that compassion is a great quality. And one more thing I want to say at the end of this episode. Paramahansa Yogananda said, carry a portable paradise within you wherever you go. So just like you quoted your guru, I quote my guru, these learnings we have to implement in our life, not
Right.
only just theoretically.
Right, absolutely. And any special message for the upcoming leaders would you like to give?
I think introspection is important for them. They need to watch their flaws and be determined to learn.
Right.
And not New Year resolutions, but constant resolutions throughout the year
Right.
to improve and check yourself, watch yourself. And if you make mistakes, get up and fight back again.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, friends.